Question number 1. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. Later, he changed his designation to president, and in 2002. Which president of Pakistan was this? Right choice. General Pervez Musharraf is the best answer. Question number 2. Which of the following Pakistani leaders issued the legal framework order that amended the constitution of Pakistan, wherein the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies? Correct response. Pervez Musharraf is the most accurate answer. Question number 3. Dash has made its citizenship rulers in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote.
Nice selection. Estonia is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 4. The existence of democracy in India made the Indian government respond to food security in a way that the Dash government did not.
On track. Chinese is the correct answer.
Question number 5. The work of the civilian cabinet in Pakistan in 2002 was supervised by a National Security Council, which was dominated by Dash.
Well done. Military officers is the right choice.
Question number 6. Since 1930, which country holds elections after every 6 years and which has never been under a military or dictator's rule?
You chose Mexico, and it is correct.
Question number 7. In China, elections do not offer the people any serious choice. They have to choose the Dash Aza and the Dash approved by it.
Good thinking. CCP candidates is the right answer.
Question number 8. General Pervez Musharraf overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the Dash of the country.
You got it? Your choice, chief executive, is right.
Question number 9. In which year, General Pervez Musharraf held a referendum which granted him 5 years extension as a president?
Smart pick. 2002 is the correct choice.
Question number 10. In which year General Pervez Musharraf held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension?
2002 is the answer.
Question number 11. The difference between democracy and a monarchy is that in the former, its people are regarded as citizens.
Sharp thinking. Agree is the right choice.
Question number 12. Democratically elected rulers can do whatever they wish to because it is the people who had elected them.
You're right. No is the correct answer.
Question number 13. Popular governments can be undemocratic and its leaders autocratic. This can be said in the context of.
Great job. Zimbabwe is the accurate answer.
Question number 14. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of.
Well picked. An Indian Fijian is the correct answer.
Question number 15. Kwangwarem Ndebyo Dahui is the name of parliament of which country?
Solid response. China is a valid choice.
Question number 16. Since its independence in Dash, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president.
Great thinking. 1930 is the right choice.
Question number 17. Elections should be conducted in a -e and manner where people can choose as they really wish.
Perfect. Free and fair is the correct choice.
Question number 18. A dash is a vote in which the electorate can express a view on a particular issue of public policy.
Clear logic. Your choice referendum is sound and 100% true.
Question number 19. Who decides to reward politicians who serve the people and punish those who don't serve the people?
Nicely done. Voters is a solid answer.
Question number 20. General Musharraf issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan.
Correct. August 2002 is the right answer.
Question number 21. Democracy is government of the people, by the people and for the people, is said by whom?
Excellent. Abraham Lincoln is a brilliant choice.
Question number 22. A democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights.
Right again. True is a valid answer.
Question number 23. In China, the National People's Congress has the power to appoint the dash of the country.
Exactly. Leaders make sense and it is right choice.
Question number 24. In which period did China face one of the worst famines that have occurred in the world? Smart move. 19 feet 861 is an accurate answer. Question number 25. Who said, democracy as government of the people, for the people and by the people?
Strong choice. Abraham Lincoln is the right answer.
Question number 26. Which party always won elections in Mexico since its independence in 1930 until 2000?
Good job. Your answer, Institutional Revolutionary Party, works well here.
Question number 27. Which of the following factors are responsible for limiting the success of democracy?
Valid point. All of the above is true.
Question number 28. People who do not accept the country's official religion do not have a right to vote.
Nice work. You chose undemocratic and it is correct.
Question number 29. How many members are elected to the National People's Congress from all over China?
Excellent choice. 3,000 is the right answer. Question number 30. The National People's Congress has nearly dash members elected from all over China?
Well reasoned. 3,000 is the correct choice.
Question number 31. Before contesting elections in China, whose approval does a candidate need to have?
Nicely done. CCP is a solid answer.
Question number 32. A democratic government is a better form of government as it is more accountable.
Excellent. Agree is a brilliant choice.
Question number 33. Which organ of the government is required to protect the rights of the citizens?
Sharp thinking. Independent judiciary is the right choice.
Question number 34. A democracy requires that the rulers have to attend to the dash of the people.
Nice selection. Needs is the correct and valid answer. Question number 35. Which one of the following is considered as an accountable form of government?
You're right. Democratic government is the correct answer.
Question number 36. In which country Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote?
Well reasoned. Estonia is the correct choice.
Question number 37. In a democracy, people are subjects of a ruler. They are the dash themselves.
Strong choice. Rulers is the right answer.
Question number 38. Dash is the form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people.
Good job. Your answer, democracy, works well here.
Question number 39. In Estonia, people belonging to the Russian minority find it difficult to vote.
Exactly. True makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 40. Democracy does not provide any method to deal with differences and conflicts.
Smart move. False is an accurate answer. Question number 41. Which party has ruled Zimbabwe since its independence, and who is its ruler?
You chose ZANU-PF, Robert Mugabe. And it is correct.
Question number 42. The political party of Mexico that was charged with corruption was the dash.
Valid point. That is true. Question number 43. Democracy leads to no corruption, for it is based on electoral politics. A.
Correct response. False is the most accurate answer. Question number 44. Which body in Indian political system is an example of direct democracy?
Well done. Gram Sabha is the right choice.
Question number 45. In which of these cases can democracy not provide a complete solution?
You got it. Your choice, all the above, is right.
Question number 46. The document issued by the Musharraf government in 2002 was called the
Smart pick. Legal framework order is the correct choice.
Question number 47. China's famine of Dash was the worst recorded famine in world history.
1958-61 is the answer.
Question number 48. Mexico holds elections after every dash years to elect its president.
Perfect. 6 is the correct choice.
Question number 49. Democracy is a form of government in which a DA are elected by the people.
On track. Rulers is the correct answer.
Question number 50. In Pakistan, General Parvez Musharraf led a military coup in October.
Great thinking. 1999 is the right choice.
Question number 51. A democratic government is a better government because it is a more.
Nice work. You chose a countable form of government, and it is correct.
Question number 52. Until when did women in Saudi Arabia didn't have the right to vote?
Well picked. 2015 is the correct answer.
Question number 53. Democracy is a form of government where the people elect their dash.
Right again. Representatives is a valid answer. Question number 54. When did General Parvez Musharraf lead a military coup in Pakistan?
Great job. In October 1999 is the accurate answer.
Question number 55. Which one of the following is not the method of direct democracy?
Right choice. Political parties is the best answer.
Question number 56. A system of government in which all powers vest with one person.
Correct. Democracy is the right answer.
Question number 57. The most common form that democracy takes in our time is that of.
Clear logic. Your choice, representative democracy, is sound and 100% true.
Question number 58. Until 2000, every election in Mexico was won by a party called.
Excellent choice. That is the right answer.
Question number 59. Dash declared himself the chief executive of Pakistan in 1999.
Solid response. General Parvez Musharraf is a valid choice.
Question number 60. In Saudi Arabia, women did not have the right to vote till dash.
Good thinking. 2015 is the right answer.
Question number 61. Choose the principle that can be applied to any sphere of life.
Clear logic.
Your choice democracy is sound and 100% true.
Question number 62. Dash S are the real source of power in a democratic country.
Sharp thinking. The people is the right choice.
Question number 63. Political competition causes dash Y and dash in every locality.
On track. Disunity and factionalism is the correct answer. Question number 64. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority rule in.
Smart pick. 1980 is the correct choice.
Question number 65. The government is always formed by the Dash Party in China.
Nicely done. Communist is a solid answer.
Question number 66. In a country like India, democracy keeps our country dash.
Good job. Your answer united works well here.
Question number 67. The 2000 referendum granted General Pervez Musharraf dash.
Great thinking. A 5-year extension is the right choice.
Question number 68. Which of the following is not the principle of democracy?
Perfect. Rule of minority is the correct choice. Question number 69. Saddam Hussein was an Iraqi president who was overthrown.
Well done. True is the right choice.
Question number 70. Until 2015, inter-Dashi women did not have the right to vote.
Excellent choice. Saudi Arabia is the right answer.
Question number 71. Democracy word has been derived from the Greek word dash.
Solid response. Democracy is a valid choice.
Question number 72. How many parties were allied to Chinese Communist Party?
Well picked. 8 is the correct answer. Question number 73. Democracy is based on the fundamental principle of dash.
Correct. Equality is the right answer.
Question number 74. The term democracy is derived from the Greek words dash. Exactly. Demos and Kratos makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 75. Whose approval is needed in China to contest elections?
Smart move. Chinese Communist Party is an accurate answer.
Question number 76. Between which period did China face the worst famine?
You chose 1958-61, and it is correct. Question number 77. In which country women did not have the right to vote?
You're right. Saudi Arabia is the correct answer.
Question number 78. Leaders keep changing in democracy. This leads to dash.
Excellent. Instability is a brilliant choice.
Question number 79. Which party won election in Mexico till the year 2000?
Right choice. Institutional Revolutionary Party is the best answer.
Question number 80. A country that is ruled by a group of people is called.
Strong choice. An oligarchy is the right answer.
Question number 81. Name the political party in power in Mexico until 2000.
Right again. That is a valid answer.
Question number 82. Zimbabwe has been ruled by Robert Mugabe since 1980.
Well reasoned. True is the correct choice.
Question number 83. Democracy is majorly based on the principle of dash.
Bravo. Political equality is the answer.
Question number 84. Which one of the following goes against democracy?
Nice selection. One-party rule is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 85. Which of these is an example of perfect democracy?
Good thinking. None of the above is the right answer.
Question number 86. When was Robert Mugabe thrown out of this office?
Correct response. 2017 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 87. Who is the ruler of Zimbabwe since independence? Valid point. Robert Mugabe is true. Question number 88. With whom do the final powers rest in Pakistan?
Nice work. You chose army officials and it is correct. Question number 89. National People's Congress is the parliament of?
Great job. China is the accurate answer.
Question number 90. The word democracy comes from the Greek word.
You got it? Your choice democratic is right.
Question number 91. Robert Mugabe was a popular and honest leader. Clear logic. Your choice false is sound and 100% true.
Question number 92. The worst recorded famine in world history is?
Nicely done. China's famine is a solid answer.
Question number 93. Dictators like Pinochet are elected by people.
Bravo. False is the answer.
Question number 94. What kind of government is there in Myanmar?
Correct response. Army rule is the most accurate answer.
Question number 95. The Parliament of China is known as the Dash. Nice selection. National People's Congress is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 96. Dash takes place regularly in any democracy.
Excellent choice. Elections is the right answer.
Question number 97. Democracy enhances the dash of the citizens.
Great thinking. Dignity is the right choice.
Question number 98. The head of the government in Nepal is the right choice.
President is the best answer.
Question number 99. India practices the Dash form of democracy. Smart move. Representative is an accurate answer.
Question number 100. Type of government in Saudi Arabia is Dash.
You got it? Your choice, absolute monarchy, is right.
Question number 101. Democracy cannot survive in the absence of?
Great job. All of the above is the accurate answer.
Question number 102. The 30 Years' War lasted in the years?
You chose 1618, 1648, and it is correct. Question number 103. China violates which feature of democracy? Strong choice. Free and fair election is the right answer.
Question number 104. Which type of democracy exists in India?
On track. Indirect democracy is the correct answer.
Question number 105. Democracy comes from a Greek word dadash.
Valid point. Democratic is true.
Question number 106. Zimbabwe attained independence from whom?
Exactly. From white minority rule makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 107. The worst recorded famine took place in? Sharp thinking. China 1958-1961 is the right choice.
Question number 108. Dictator Pinochet ruled which country?
Well done. Chile is the right choice.
Question number 109. Abraham Lincoln defines democracy as?
Correct. Bifork of the people is the right answer.
Question number 110. When did Mexico got its independence? Smart pick. 1930 is the correct choice.
Question number 111. Choose the drawbacks of democracy are. Right again. All of the above is a valid answer. Question number 112. Some of the drawbacks of democracy is. Nice work. You chose all the above and it is correct.
Question number 113. Who issued a legal framework order?
Solid response. General Pervez Musharraf is a valid choice. Question number 114. What is China's parliament called? Good job. Your answer, National People's Congress, works well here. Question number 115. How old do you have to be to vote? Excellent. 18 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 116. Mexico holds election after every.
You're right. 6 years is the correct answer.
Question number 117. Who is the president of Zimbabwe?
Well picked. Robert Mugabe is the correct answer. Question number 118. Democracy leads to corruption. Perfect. True is the correct choice. Question number 119. The full form of PRI is dash. Good thinking. Institutional Revolutionary Party is the right answer.
Question number 120. What makes India democratic?
Well reasoned. All of the above is the correct choice. Question number 121. What is the full of PRI? Clear logic. Your choice, Institutional Revolutionary Party, is sound and 100% true.
Question number 122. Democracy must be based on.
Correct. Free and fair election is the right answer. Question number 123. Where is Myanmar located? Excellent choice. Southeast Asia is the right answer.
Question number 124. Democracy originated in?
Nicely done. Greece is a solid answer.
Question number 125. PRI stands for.
You got it. Your choice, Institutional Revolutionary Party, is right. Question number 126. In Mexico? You chose media is censored. And it is correct.
Question number 127. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Great job. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the accurate answer.